Welcome back to the channel, guys. Jinder 94 here. Here to review Monday Night Raw, Memorial Day, May 30th, 2016. This episode of Raw, it had its ups and downs, really. A few things were established tonight, and yeah, let's get into it. So before Raw began, they did a 10 bell salute. They had all the superstars on the top of the stage and whatever. Did a nice little video package for Memorial Day. It was great. It showed off the soldiers. WWE is always involved with the army and everything, and they used to do the tribute to the troop shows. I don't know if they still do that, but the WWE has always been involved in those types of things. So it was great they did something like that. So after that was over, they had Shane McMahon come out. And as soon as he got into the ring, Stephanie came out. Was like, I hope you didn't think you're going to do this without me. And, they're talking about the news that Smackdown is going to be live, I believe June 19th or July 19th. I forget. One of them damn months. SmackDown's going live on Tuesday nights on the USA Network. So, of course, they're going to talk about the brand split and everything. And before they can get started too much, the New Day come out. And they interrupt them. They have a couple questions about SmackDown going live, like will the New Day be broken up or whatever? And Xavier dropped this little passionate piece talking about Francesca too needs all three of her fathers. You can't do this, and he was real worried that they would break up the New Day. And they assured him nothing has been set in stone yet, and they don't even know how everything is going to work as of this point. So New Day was like, okay, cool. Because they were like, yeah, we're down with the new era. And then Xavier and Big E started clowning Kofi. They were like, Kofi, you were in WWE for a good decade. Like, I watched you in middle school. Like, they were clowning him. It was hilarious. But after that, they started dancing with Shane McMahon. They told Shane and Stephanie, since they couldn't figure out anything, have a dance battle or whatever. So Shane started dancing with the New Day. It just looked awkward. It was hilarious. That was the point of it. And then as Steph goes to dance, the Vaudevillains interrupt them and get their little heel heat for killing the segment. And then the first match is New Day versus the Vaudevillains. It was a alright match. The match was going good, but midway through the match, Anderson and Gallows actually came out to attack the New Day, and they laid them out. They played no games with them, and the Vaudevillains was just like, hey, there you go, you can have them, we're out. And they took out the New Day. Now, backstage, they were saying, AJ said he was going to go his separate way, so they're going to go their separate way. And they're letting the roster and the whole WWE know that they're here to cause havoc and destruction, and they're just getting started. I like what they did here, so I'm guessing Anderson and Gallows are going to be the next team to feud with the New Day. Pretty sweet. Next segment I really liked was Apollo Crews. He was backstage doing push-ups and working out or whatever. And the Big Show pops up, and Apollo's on guard because last time he was by himself or doing something in the back, somebody attacked him. So he thought the Big Show was going to hurt him or do something to him. So he had his guards up or whatever. Big Show was like, man, calm down. I'm just here to talk to you. So he was talking to him about Sheamus and everything. He said Sheamus is a bully, and that's why he's picking on Apollo. He doesn't think Apollo's going to do anything about it, so he doesn't want to lose his roster spot either. So he doesn't really like this new era thing, and he's trying to stop it while he can so he doesn't become irrelevant, which I believe he's already irrelevant, but it was a good segment. It was the Big Show, a veteran in the locker room, building up the younger talent, one of the newer talents that have come up to the main roster, and telling them, I like you. You're great. I like what you do in the ring. I like how you handle yourself, but you can't back down from bullies like Sheamus because he's just gonna think he can run all over you. So you gotta stand up to him. And I like what they did here. I like how they utilized the Big Show. That was great. After that, this damn Golden Truth thing. Now R-Truth has a remix for them now. Like, should he really be in WWE? Like, shouldn't he just be making music 24/7? Cause like I don't care about this whole Golden Truth thing. I mean, it's a comedy act to me, but they were out there to be on commentary for the next match. That was the Usos versus Tyler Breeze and Fandango, and they're coining themselves as Breezango. Come on, man. What are we doing here, WWE? What are we doing? I, man, this is just pointless. Um, our true funny old commentary, acting stupid or whatever. Uh, but I don't know. I don't really care about this that much. The Usos won the match. Nothing really to talk about as far as the match goes. After that, Golden Truth beat up Breezango because Breezango felt like they were interfering with the match and they were the ones that made them lose their first match together. Who cares? After that, let's see. Reigns came out and he was talking about how Seth Rollins came back to attack him at Extreme Rules, saying, how does Seth Rollins call himself the man when he runs from the guy? Because he said it once and he'll say it again. He's not a good guy. He's not a bad guy. He's the guy. So Seth has to prove that he's the man by not backing down from him. Now, this segment could have been great. It could have been. All they had to do was just talk back and forth on the mic, and it would have been way better than what we got. What we got was Seth Rollins doing his normal run from the face thing. Now, it's pretty much the same thing he did when he was, before he got injured, the chicken shit heel gimmick. And I'll see what they're doing in the future. But this segment didn't even need to happen, really. Seth kept, running towards the ring and then backing all the way back up and running towards the ring and backing back up again and go to the back and then run back out to the ring again and pick up the mic like he was going to say something, doesn't say anything, drops the mic, runs towards the ring again. It was just like pointless. Like I know what they're doing, but come on, man. I'm patient for the Seth Rollins face turn because it's definitely coming in the future. But this segment, man, I could care less. So the next match, Rusev versus Zack Ryder. Lana was introducing Rusev, and she sounded like she was using her normal voice. I don't know if anybody caught that. It was a little weird to me. Her voice is sexy as hell, but that was just weird. I'm just like, aren't you supposed to be Russian? Kind of like the Kofi Kingston Jamaican thing. Like, wait, weren't you Jamaican? And you just start talking regular, whatever. Rusev won the match easily. That accolade he puts on is just devastating, man. He like clinches it, like when Kurt Angle used to do the ankle lock, and then he just like wrap the leg around and do it too. That's what it reminds me of. It looks devastating, and I'm glad he does that. It's pretty cool. But after the match, he started, shit talking America on Memorial Day, and then who comes out? Not John Cena. Titus O'Neil. So Titus O'Neil comes out saying you got some nerve calling yourself a great American on Memorial Day. Great Americans fight for what they believe in, and Titus was pissed. He was like fired up. Like, why the hell are you down talking America, talking about you're a good American? And no, you're not. Stop it. He said, you call yourself the Bulgarian brute, but you're a Bulgarian blowhorn or something like that. Whatever, and then he fucking hit him square in the jaw and knocked Rusev out the ring. So I guess they're gonna feud next. I think it's just a sympathy role for Titus. Hey, we suspended you for no reason. Here's a title run or a title feud. I mean, whatever. He's not gonna win the title from Rusev, but we'll see where it goes. I'll give it a chance. This one kind of I was questioning this a lot because Stephanie was backstage with Charlotte. And she just pretty much buried her. Like, she says she's an embarrassment to the women's division in the WWE, and she's the worst women's champion of all time, and she's a self-centered, self-important brat. And I'm just like, damn, that sounded a lot like Stephanie. And Charlotte was about to tell her that. Stephanie was just shutting her down, like, don't you dare say nothing to me like that. You better watch who you're talking to and back the hell down. Like, she was screaming at Charlotte. I'm just like, damn. What the hell? She even called her a waste of talent. I'm just like, whoa. Where did this come from? Why is Steph dropping this promo on Charlotte like this? Kind of felt bad for her a little bit. Sorry, that was my phone vibrating. But yeah, man, why did Stephanie have to do that to her? She had to do that to her like that. After that, Enzo and Cass came out to get the crowd fired up and everything. Their promos are just excellent. Talking about cheese and stuff or whatever, because they were in Wisconsin or whatever. The wordplay they use is just hilarious. Their analogies are on point, and it's just freaking sweet every time they come out and they drop a promo. The Dudleys came out, of course. These two are fighting once again. Match was alright. Nothing to really go into detail about. Nothing special here. I've seen him fight a lot now. Like, Cass beat him by himself. So what's the point of this tag team match? Never mind. Enzo and Cass beat the Dudleys clean. Clean. Yes, they beat him clean. That's a big win for them as a tag team, because, you know, the Dudleys are surefire Hall of Famers. They're going into the Hall of Fame. I don't know if they're the most winningest tag team in WWE history, like title-wise, but they're up there. They've won a lot. I think they won 9 times or whatever. But, yeah, it was pretty sweet. You know, crowd went crazy for them, of course. They love Enzo and Cass. They're so over. After this, you know who came back. My boy John Cena returned. I was happy. He got a new little entrance or whatever. Well, just the visuals, I guess. Not as many boos as I expected. I expected them to boo him out the building, but they love Cena more than they love Reigns. And I'm going to talk more about Reigns later this week, because I think WWE is messing up on him a little bit. But that's another video. You know, Cena came out very patriotic, you know, talking about Memorial Day and the sacrifice the soldiers had, and, you know, their bravery, and, you know, there's nothing they'll be not willing to do to protect the country in the name of liberty and freedom. And yeah, the crowd was behind him for the whole promo, man. They loved everything he was saying. And he said, speaking of that, you know, he's glad to be home. And now then he started talking about the new era and everything, and how things have changed a little bit, and how he said, you know, if the new era wants to be on top, they got to go through the face of the company. And that's exactly what he said. It was great. He's not hiding the fact that he's the man around there. And he said, you know, if you guys want to knock me off the mountain, I'm not going to go away quietly in the night. You got to come do it, and do it now. And AJ Styles came out. I fucking marked the fuck out. Okay, let me let you guys understand something. I used to watch TNA back when AJ Styles was, you know, in his prime in TNA. Not saying he's not in his prime now, but in the company TNA in his prime. And me and my friend always used to talk about, what if John Cena and AJ Styles were to have a match? And they were like, nah, that'll never happen. And it's 2016. This was like maybe 8-9 years ago. And now look what's fucking happening. John Cena and AJ Styles in the same ring together. Who would have fucking guessed it? Because I was not one of them people who would have guessed it. I said, what if? But man, I was going crazy. I'm like, yes, these two are going to feud. It's going to be sweet. And then AJ got in the ring. And they were, like, playing towards the crowd a lot. Like, the crowd, it took them a minute, but they got into it. They started chanting, you know, AJ Styles, let's go. It was, like, for, like, 5 minutes, it seemed. They were just, like, passionate about it. And they were just, man, the crowd was hyped for this segment. And, you know, AJ was like, hey, I know a lot about you. You got a kind of a bad rep around here. You know, you've done amazing things inside and outside the ring. You know, was telling me he had a lot of respect for him, and, you know, just, you know, welcoming him back, because, you know, he knows how great Cena is, how important Cena is to the company, and they shook hands or whatever. All right, that was cool. Then Anderson and Gallows came out, and they were pissed off. They were like, this is what you're stooping to? You're going to kiss John Cena's ass? Really? Really, AJ? That's what you're going to do? We took out the New Day, and you're out here kissing up to the face of the company. I thought you were better than that. So they were like, you know, we're here to make an impact, and we're here to kick ass, including yours. So AJ was like, all right, well, come on with it then. And they were about to get in the ring. They get in, and AJ fucking turns heel in the most great way possible, and they beat the fuck out of John Cena. He clotheslined Cena and just started beating the hell out of him. And Anderson and Gallows joined in, and they just destroyed John Cena. It was great. I love John Cena, but I love this segment, how they did it. You know, and it gave AJ, great heel heat, because Cena just dropped his passionate promo. He's got the crowd behind him. He's talking about Memorial Day and the soldiers and America. Yeah, America. And then AJ comes out, trying to play towards him as well, and then just snaps on him and turns and just beats him down. And he kept leaving the ring, coming back in, beating him down even more. His aggressive side has come out. He's done being the nice guy. He's done taking it easy on people, giving them respect. Nah, it ain't about that no more. This is his time now. He's about to take over. And how's he going to do it? He's going to go right after the face of the WWE and John Cena. I love what they did here, man. This was great. AJ just kept getting back in it. Like, the refs would come out, tend to John Cena, and he would get back in the ring and start beating his ass again. And oh my God, it was great. It was freaking great. I loved it. I can't wait for their match to happen now. Heel AJ versus babyface Cena. This is going to be great. This is what me and my friend wanted all those years ago, and we're finally going to see it. But AJ's aggression, man, damn, if he did that to Reigns, he would have been the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. But hey, the future is bright for him, and we'll see where this goes. I'm excited for this, if not anything else. So after that, they had Dana Brooke versus Natalya. Didn't go that long. Charlotte kept distracting Natalya and the ref and everything, and Dana hit her with the Michinoku driver. A lot of people have been using that lately. But anyway, after the match, they attacked her and, started jumping her or whatever. And Becky Lynch came out to try to save her, and they got out the ring and, got into the crowd or whatever. So I'm guessing that Money in the Bank, they're going to do a tag team match, or they're either going to do Becky Lynch versus Charlotte with Natalya in her corner and, Dana Brooke in Charlotte's corner. We'll see where that goes. So after that was over, Dolph Ziggler was backstage talking to JoJo about the Extreme Rules kickoff show, where it was a no disqualification match, and Corbin kicked him in the nuts to pretty much ensure victory over Dolph Ziggler. And he's been trying to get Baron Corbin to accept the technical wrestling match so he can show him how to actually wrestle, because Dolph Ziggler was, that damn good back in college. He actually went to Kent State. He's from Ohio. Kent State is only maybe a half an hour from me. I live in Cleveland, so, I know where Kent State is. I visited the campus before, and, yeah, they speak very highly of Dolph. So, he's been trying to get Baron Corbin to be technical, whatever, so they have their match, and Dolph Ziggler came out with the Kent State hoodie, and I was like, yeah, let's do it. Yes, cool, Kent State. Whatever, I don't really care, but Kent State, I know where that's at. And he gets in the ring, man. He starts putting on his amateur wrestling gear, the fucking whatever, the knee pads and all this other stuff, and the mouthpiece, and he was ready. The bell rung. Baron Corbin just looking at him like, what the hell are you doing? And Dolph Ziggler looks like he's about to go for a wrestling move. He kicks him in the nuts. Just blatant low blow. And that was it. That was it. That was all she wrote. Then Dolph got out the ring and was like, and still the loser of this match, Baron Corbin, even though Corbin won the match by disqualification, Ziggler said he still lost because he's Dolph Ziggler and he don't give a fuck, I guess. Whatever. It was cool though. It was cool to see him, go to the lengths to make it seem like a collegiate amateur wrestling match, and then they just kick him in the nuts. Like, that's the ultimate troll, if you ask me. That was great. So now we have the main event with 6 of the 7 participants in the Money in the Bank ladder match, 6-man tag. Dean Ambrose, Sami Zayn, and Cesaro versus Kevin Owens, Chris Jericho, and Del Rio. Now, none of these guys were all really on the same page, especially the heel team. They were going back and forth all throughout the match about, who's going to win the match, who's going to do this, and who's going to take over or whatever. It was a great, pretty good main event. I imagine this is how the Money in the Bank match is going to be. Everybody's going to get their chance to shine. We all know these guys can work, and, they all got to hit their finishers and whatever. Jericho's team started imploding. And, after everybody started hitting finishers on each other, Ambrose caught Owens with the dirty deeds and picked up the win. So that was pretty much it. I think Raw would have been horrible if it wasn't for that AJ Styles John Cena segment. I think that was just the highlight of the night for me, personally. And I'm so excited about their match. Like, it's been a while since I've been excited for a match like a high profile match like this. And man, I can't wait to see it. So I hope you guys are excited too. Let me know what you guys thought of Raw down in the comment section below. And I'll talk to you guys later on this week. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.